Dear viewers, welcome to this episode of Expert Speaks. Recently, Government of India tweaked some of the rules and regulations pertaining to the Public Provident Fund. It has a bearing on a lot of investors, particularly NRIs and people who have done multiple Public Provident Fund accounts, people who have got PPF accounts in the name of minors, and these have serious consequences. So in this episode, I'm going to talk to expert of the week, Chartered Accountant Sriram Rao, on what changes have come, what is that you should be knowing, and what are the things that you should do to stay on the right side of the law. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, your financial guide for a happy living.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
To talk about the changes that have come in the Public Provident Fund, expert of the week today is Chartered Accountant Sriram Rao. You have seen Sriram Rao in multiple of the videos. Sriram Rao is a practicing chartered accountant, partner at Nitin J. Shetty & Co. He practices direct taxes, international taxation. He has helped countless NRIs in solving their tax-related issues. Welcome to this episode, Mr. Sriram Rao.
Thank you.
Mr. Sriram Rao, this government, ever since it got elected in 2014, successively has changed the tax law, simplified, brought several things under taxation. And during this year's budget period, we saw tweakings which happened in the Public Provident Fund rules. There are a lot of people who understand what is a PPF account, and there is a countless number of people who do not know what is a PPF account. Before we get into the details of what changes have come in this, let's, for the sake of those beginners, let's tell them what is Public Provident Fund. It's over to you, Sriram.
Public Provident Fund, PPF account, is a small savings account which allows a person to deposit minimum of rupees 500 per annum and maximum of rupees 1.5 lakhs per annum, and in a financial year, a maximum of 12 installments can be deposited. And this account is having a locked-in period of 15 years from the date of opening of such account. And the account will mature in 15 years. Upon maturity, such account can be continued to be maintained for an extended period if the depositor is in, say a requirement, or he is willing to do that. The said account will normally fetch a little higher rate of interest, which is decided by the ministry from time to time. And presently, it fetches interest rate of 7.1% per annum. Further, such interest received from PPF account are exempted from income tax. So this is the basic things about rules or regulations about PPF accounts.
Dear viewers, for your information, we have on our channel a detailed video on Public Provident Fund, which we have done long back. You can search this video on our channel. It has all the finer points pertaining to the Public Provident Fund. Today's episode is not trying to recap what is the basics of Public Provident Fund. It is a further update on what changes have come to this original video that we have already done. Mr. Sriram, in the recent past, we heard through the newspapers, publications, and the television reporting that several rules and regulations of PPF have changed. Can you take me through these changes in a simple way? What are the things which have come in?
Generally, actually on 21st August 2024, the Ministry of Economic Affairs has issued a notification which wanted to regularize some irregular savings bank scheme accounts. So in which PPF is also one of such accounts. I mean, under PPF also, they set to regularize certain accounts which they inform that it is irregular accounts. And there are three types of changes which have been notified under PPF account in respect of regularizing such irregular accounts. And these three changes can be in the following manner. One, if a person is having more than one PPF account opened and maintained by him, for them there will be some impacts. Secondly, a PPF account opened in the case of a minor. And thirdly, PPF account in the name of a non-resident. So these three type of accounts, they found some irregularities and they want to correct such irregularities.
You said about multiple accounts, you said about minor account, you said about the PPF account for the NRIs. Let's take this up one by one now. This change of rules and regulations, how does it affect if somebody has a PPF account in the name of a minor?
An account in the name of a minor is considered as an irregular account, and it will earn interest only of post office savings bank account rate. So instead of PPF rate of interest, that particular type of account will start fetching post office savings bank account rate of interest, which is presently at 4%. So instead of 7.1%, the rate of interest will start be paying at 4%. And such 4% rate of interest will be paid till the minor attains the age of 18 years. And thereafter, such minor accounts will get regularized and will start earning interest of PPF account rate of interest at that point of time. Further, the maturity period of this 15 years lock-in period, whatever I have explained, that will start counting from the date of attaining that minor of 18 years of age. From that date till 15 years, there will be locked up period.
Which means to say, you have an option not to close it. You can continue, but because it's a minor account, I will not give you the benefit of the differential rate of interest which is being paid on an adult account,
Correct.
the major account. So if you want, you keep it, but I will give you at the rate which is post office savings account, which you said 4% plus. Corollary question to that is, I'm not happy with locking my money at that rate for such a long period of time. Somebody could have started this account when the child is 2-3 years old or whatever the age. Now, as a guardian, have they given an option that they can close instead of that and start whenever the child becomes a major?
I received one circular, which are internal circulars, which is issued to the post offices. So where these, savings account schemes are, maintained, all these Sukanya Samriddhi, PPF account, etc. In that, there is no specific instruction which have been given in respect of closing of these PPF accounts which are opened in the case of a minor. However, the general guidance says that one need to approach ministry through post office or the bank in which one has opened such a PPF account wherever there is no guidance specifically given. And overall, if I may say, in my view, that there should not be any issue in respect of closing of such PPF accounts which are opened in the name of a minor, because by start paying the post office savings bank account interest, it is as good as they are trying to make this account as a general savings bank account type rather than the specific PPF account type. So in my view, they should allow to close these accounts if one want to withdraw such investments from such irregular PPF accounts in the name of a minor.
So at this point of time, there is no clarity as such. That's what we can say. Or maybe government is yet to publicly circulate its guidelines, or the concerned agencies or the post office, bank branches, they also don't have proper guidelines, or the persons who have got guidelines are yet to train up their staff.
Yes.
Probably we have to wait for some more time to get more clarity emerge around that. At the same time, nobody would like to block their money at 4% kind of an interest for 8-10 years.
Yes,
that's
true.
not the whole purpose of putting the money into the public provident fund. Obviously, the natural sequence for an investor would be to walk out and see where else he can park this money. The one another contentious issue when it comes to question of public provident fund is the case of NRIs. Earlier, they were allowed to hold to this public provident fund if they had opened these accounts when they were residents, and they can continue to contribute for the remaining period of 15 years.
Yes.
They were not allowed to extend it beyond the 15 years.
True.
Now, as per the new guidelines, what changes have come in that?
See, again, they have actually not given a proper guidance, I would say, from whatever the guidance they have given. What they are trying to say is, for those NRIs active PPF accounts which are opened, where in the form H, that is a form for applying for opening of a PPF account, if that does not specifically ask the residential status of that particular person who has opened that account, then they will continue to pay post office savings bank account interest up to 30th September 2024. That is, that date has already passed. Now, from 1st October 2024, there will not be any interest given to them. Hence, for all those NRIs who have their PPF accounts, they must check with the post office or respective banker whether their account has become irregular and does not fetch any interest as on date. If so, then it is advisable to close such PPF accounts because it doesn't serve any purpose anymore. So, form of application for PPF account, whether there was a question regarding whether what is the residential status, whether that person has specifically mentioned that person is a resident or non-resident, even though he is a non-resident, whether he has mentioned it as resident, all these things nobody would remember as of now. They will have to go back and check the PPF account opening forms, which they would not have. They would have it the particular branch or the post office. They have to go there and check. Any which way, I mean, in my view, it is like that.
India is such a large country.
True.
And the rules and regulations are getting streamlined, generalized, documentations are falling into place. We don't even have a proper nomenclature of how the name should be spelled, whether the surname should come in the front, the given name at the later point. No, there is no clarity at any point of time here.
True.
Many of the people of my generation, people just recorded their dates of birth when they entered school as per the dates given by the parent. And the parents used to give the dates according to the convenience of whether my child goes to the school this year or next year. So innumerable irregularities are there. But now when Aadhaar came in, then you started linking Aadhaar and PAN. Then you started linking the PAN to the international tax status. Over a period of time, everything is getting tracked because of this digitization process. I'm absolutely certain that over a period of time, government will come to know whether you are an NRI or not by tracking your PAN number, your movements and other things. So it's just a question of systems getting integrated and tracking the system, and you might get a notice. So in my best observation and opinion, it's better for an NRI to proactively declare whether you are an NRI, whether you are holding it or not. Instead of waiting for some notices to come or say that you'll not get an interest, you're not supposed to do this. It makes absolute sense for them to go to the post office, bank, wherever they are holding the PPF account, make an inquiry on that. And if they have general guidelines, follow that particular guidelines. If you're not going to get interest beyond 30th September 2024 as stated or as reported, it makes sense for you to close that account and move to whichever the instrument you want to save that money. Sriram, when we tweak the rules, what happens is it gives rise to a lot of interpretation, a lot of situations which many people have not even anticipated that it would happen. One case that came to me, and in fact, one of our audience has raised this issue is, I have a PPF account in the name of a minor. Minor is an NRI now. Should he close this because he doesn't get an interest beyond 30th September, or he will continue to get the post office saving account interest? Are there any clarity around this, or it's as confusing as it gets through?
In my view, I can say something, but let me tell you from the internal circular, whichever I have read, which is a internal circular of a post office, there is no proper clarity on this, because for minor account they are given separate guidelines. For non-resident account, they are given separate guidelines. If minor is a non-resident, then what will be the situation? There is no proper guidance in this regard. But in my view, if you match both these things together, then status of a non-resident, that will predominantly hold good as compared to a minor. Say, for example, if a non-resident is holding that account, then they are not eligible to get an interest at all. Then whether such a non-resident is a minor or not, that becomes immaterial. So they will not get any interest post 30th September 2024. So in my view, if a minor is a non-resident, then they will not get any post office savings account interest also. If a minor is a resident, then they are going to get that interest even post 30th September 2024. I mean, it is always better for them to go and approach the particular banker or a post office where they open this account and inquire them and get a clarity, and then decide whether to continue to maintain that such accounts or close it off.
Now let's look at those brilliant investors who have opened multiple PPF accounts. So the law clearly mentioned that they are going to take action on people holding multiple PPF accounts against the law. What happens?
If I'm not wrong, that application for opening of a PPF account already had certain questions about whether the person is holding PPF account at this point of time, If yes, that account details has to be given, etc. So the law should not have allowed, or whether law allows a person to open two PPF accounts, there is no clarity. But one thing is definite, that if the PPF accounts were opened in different banks, or one in post office, one in banks, there was actually no tracking mechanism to restrict the overall investment of the investor, which they can invest maximum of rupees 1.5 lakh in the PPF account per annum. So that being the case, some people were, investing, 1.5 lakh in this account, 1.5 lakh in the other account, and they are, taking advantage of these things. So that was not fair. So in my view, and not with the intention of maintaining this PPF account. And in this regard, what they have come up with the rule is, first of all, the first opened account of PPF account of a particular person, that will continue to fetch the PPF rate of interest. Okay. And the second account which has been opened by that particular person will get merged with the primary account. That is the first opened account. And to the extent it has not violated the every year's investment threshold, the amount will get shifted from second account to the primary account. And on such amounts, the PPF rate of interest will be given. And if there is any excess amount invested in any year, that amount will have to be refunded to the account holder with no interest. This is about the second account. Then if there is any additional, more than two accounts, third, fourth or whatever, they will not fetch any interest, whether they have invested within 1.5 lakh in all the four accounts or not, that is irrespective. They will not fetch any interest. That account has to be closed and the fund will be refunded. So this is what they have come up with the rule about having a multiple PPF accounts by a particular person.
I presume now when people have opened the PPF account, giving a PAN card becomes mandatory, and the system should track the PAN card.
Yes.
Threshold limits, probably.
PAN or Aadhaar.
Yes. So if you are a resident Indian, obviously the Aadhaar is linked to the PAN. So you give anyone and it should be able to track the other one.
Correct.
So it's a cleaning up process. That is what's happening. Now let's digress a little bit. And there is another popular scheme called the Sukanya Samriddhi scheme. Now these recent guidelines, do they have any changes to Sukanya Samriddhi scheme as per these chain notifications?
Yeah. Now, Sukanya Samriddhi scheme, as everyone might know, it is similar to the PPF accounts, but it is opened in the name of the minor female or minor daughter. The only change what they are proposing is, if such Sukanya Samriddhi accounts are opened by a person who is not a legal guardian, that meaning thereby, if the parents are living, then that such parents are the legal guardians of that particular minor. If the parents are not there, then any person who is legally appointed as a legal guardian of that particular minor, they are eligible to open Sukanya Samriddhi account in the name of such minor daughter. So if instead of the legal guardian, if the grandparent who are not actually the legal guardians or some other person has opened Sukanya Samriddhi account in the name of a minor daughter, then the only thing what they are proposing is they are going to shift such irregularities by shifting the guardianship to the legal guardian, either the parents or the legal guardians appointed by law. So there is not going to be much of a variation, and only one account can be opened in the name of a Sukanya Samriddhi scheme. And one more thing, this Sukanya Samriddhi scheme by a particular parent can be opened only for two daughters. If more than two daughters, if the third account has been opened in the name of third daughter, etc., that is in violation of Sukanya Samriddhi account. So such third account opened by that guardian, that will have to be closed and the amount will be refunded. And consequential actions, if any, under the law will be taken on the opening of the third Sukanya Samriddhi account.
Mr. Sriram, thank you very much for bringing all these inputs and updates for the benefit of my audience. We remain in gratitude to you for your time, kindness to appear on the show and bring this benefit for our audience. We remain in gratitude to you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. As a closing remark on this Sukanya Samriddhi as well as PPF account, I would like to say that if you find any doubt about whether it is regular or irregular accounts, anyone can approach their bank branches or the post office where they open and get a proper clarity on this, and then take necessary actions to regularize it or to close it and come out of it, rather than just leaving it at that, or trying to get to some professionals, because none of the professionals will be able to provide a proper guidance, including me for rather. So that I would like to say. But any which way, my thing about this giving the interview on this topic was giving knowledge to people and giving some information to the people so that they can be better prepared for any eventualities in these kind of accounts. Thank you very much.
Our dear viewers, hope the video that I have done today helped you to understand what changes have come in the Public Provident Fund as well as in the Sukanya Samriddhi schemes, which are very popular, used by a large majority of people who are residents as well as those people who have these accounts being an NRI. If it helped you to understand what changes have come in, please do give me a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for the channel, press the bell icon. Do not forget to share these videos with your near and dear ones, friends and relatives, and on all the social media handles on which you are connected with. Thank you very much for your love and affection. And I will be back with you next Tuesday with yet another topic, with yet another expert. Till then, stay safe. Jai Hind.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.